Steve is finally in Smash, and this blockhead brings some crazy new mechanics with him. Block building, mining for materials, crafting better gear, it's some fun stuff. But today I want to break down what really makes Steve tick. What are his best and worst traits? Well, it's time to explore just that, and I'll be starting off with what I think are the best. First off, Steve has some great options for alternate skins. Sure, this is mostly unrelated to him being good or bad, but it's always nice when characters get some better styling options. Personally, I prefer the zombie look, especially with Halloween coming up. Anyway, let's talk about Steve's up tilt. Do you want some quick and easy damage? Just use this. You can rack up damage quickly and without much thought by chaining this into some up airs. Oh, they're at a high percent already? Heh, easy peasy. Steve also has a great down tilt. Imagine PK Fire, except it's just the Pillar of Fire. That's essentially what this is. I mean, you can't combo it like PK Fire, but we have to draw the line somewhere. Also, using it off the ledge is pure evil and you can't change my mind. Now, his up smash. This attack is an amazing anti-air. It comes out super quick, it has a big hitbox, and it just sits there for an eternity, which makes it difficult to air dodge. To make it even more painful, it's a very effective kill move. The main downside is it leaves Steve very exposed if you miss it. Do you like explosions? I like explosions. Who doesn't like explosions? Exactly. Steve's TNT may not seem to be the most practical move, but once you get a feel for the blast radius, it's actually pretty good. The move is devastating if you manage to land it. You just gotta be careful not to blow yourself to bits, unless you're purposefully trying to be a suicide bomber, which, I guess that works too. Are you facing a character with a poor recovery? Well, maybe you should block them from getting back to the stage. And yes, I mean that in a literal sense. Placing blocks off stage is a very effective way to gank opponents, especially those who already have a hard enough time without having a wall of dirt in their face. Steve is limited with how far he can build off stage, so it's not quite as broken as it may seem. But is it still scary? Yes, it is. Help me, mommy. Steve has a nice and powerful back air. Ah, smooth, sexy back air. Actually, maybe sexy shouldn't be used to describe anything about Steve, especially with this victory screen. Yeah, let's not talk about this one. What was I saying? Oh yeah, back air. It's a beefy, meaty kill move. The same could be said for his forward air. It's not quite as strong, but Steve whips out his pickaxe and it's capable of meteor smashing. It's even possible to combo into this move with the right setup. Maybe it's not a true combo, I don't know, but I was proud of it. You know those old cartoons where anvils are dropped on a character and it crushes their skull? That's Steve's down air, and it's just as strong as you think it'd be. You can also hop off the anvil while it's dropping, meaning there's no risk in plopping it below the ledge. Oh boy, that's some guaranteed brain damage. Steve casually swings his sword for his neutral attack. It may look harmless, but it shouldn't be underestimated. He can carry you forward with this move, and since it's so quick, you can follow up with something stronger right after. The range isn't the best, but all you need is that first hit and you're golden. Everyone loves a good, reliable forward smash, and Steve's is exactly that. He lunges forward a good distance, and it's very quick. There's nothing crazy to say about this move, it's just a solid attack, and it's even better if you've crafted diamond equipment. Another solid move is Steve's grab. He uses a fishing rod which goes a considerable distance. It doesn't go as far as Min Min's grab or anything, but it's still very potent, and I love his forward throw. The final move on the best side goes to Steve's minecart. It's kind of like Yoshi's egg roll attack, except, actually good. The startup is near instant, and it can aid in recovery. It also has a lot of strength behind it, especially if it's powered up with some redstone, which suddenly makes it a terrifying kill move. You can even catch a grounded opponent in the cart if you jump out before impact. Why does it feel like this always works? Fun fact, you can't shield against getting caught in the cart. You'll either have to jump out of the way or destroy the cart itself. If you do get caught, you better start mashing like crazy so you don't get Cappened. Yeah, you remember Cappen's assist trophy, right? The one that takes you on a relaxing ride to hell? That's where you'll find all of the poor souls trapped by these moves. Okay, now it's time to talk about the worst parts of Steve, and believe it or not, there isn't quite as much to say. The first thing I want to talk about is the resource management required to fully realize this character's potential. Some of Steve's best attacks, like the anvil and minecart, require specific materials in order to use. So if you're not keeping track of what you have left in your inventory, things can get kind of messy. Once you start running low, you'll have to mine for materials. It can be a lengthy process, especially if you've exhausted them completely, but Steve can at least move around while mining, so it's not all bad. Also, Steve's tools can break, and this applies to everything, from the sword to the pickaxe. Once this happens, you'll have to crap new ones. Or crap? Did I just say crap? Yeah, you'll have to crap out new ones. Crafting isn't a long process, but it can still leave Steve very exposed, which is even worse if your opponent is keeping pressure on you. It'd be smart for those facing Steve to take advantage of him when he's low on supplies. Also, something Steve really lacks is range. He has the minecart, but that eats up materials really fast, and it's easier to dodge when used at a long range. I feel like Steve's biggest weakness is facing characters that have a much longer reach than him, or going against fighters with several zoning options like Mega Man. Matchups play a big role in any character's overall strength, and I think we'll be seeing Steve struggling against characters like this. We also have to talk about Steve's jumps. His first jump is hilariously tiny. It can't even reach the lowest platforms on Battlefield. And even though his second jump is better, it still isn't anything special. And while this can be rectified by building blocks midair, this particularly harms him when it comes to recovery, since you're so limited on how far you can place blocks off stage. Which brings us to what I think is the worst part of Steve's moveset, his up special. It's funny to see how many people thought this recovery was going to be broken, but now it's been quickly realized just how poor this recovery is. If you're recovering from above the ledge, it's serviceable, despite having very little protection. But if you're below the ledge, you might as well kiss your blocky ass goodbye. The vertical distance you get is not so great. Brawl Meta Knight, this is not. And don't even attempt flying from below the stage to the other side. You'll be digging your own grave. But hey, at least Steve is good at digging, right? And maybe it's just me, but the controls for this move feel really awkward, almost unresponsive. Again, it feels nothing like the gliding recoveries from Brawl. Oh, and be sure not to input this move in the wrong direction, or else it's pretty much guaranteed death. So that's it. I know there are a few moves I didn't touch on, and those I would put somewhere in the middle between best and worst. Basically, they're in more neutral territory. I've been enjoying Steve so far, but I think the resource management alone would prevent me from making him one of my mains or secondaries. I absolutely love the Minecraft stage though. It's easily one of my top 5 favorite stages in the game already. Anyway, what do you guys think? How are you enjoying Steve so far? What's your favorite pick of Steve's outfit choices? Discuss it down in the comments. I also have links to my Twitter, Discord, and Twitch down in the info box, so feel free to come hang out there too. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you again soon. Catch you later.